You know, one of the things that it keeps coming up again and again is how do we do fresh expressions? And one of the difficulties is trying to work in how do we hold integrity with the churches we're working with the supporters we work with, and hold integrity with the people that we're trying to serve. Now, I think that Jesus tackled the same question again and again, and he talked about being as wise as serpents and as gentle as doves. And I think there's an incredible strategy within that. It's almost like an iceberg that sometimes we have a small visibility at the top, which is only about 10% of an iceberg, but 90% of it's under the water, which is the main bulk of the main sort of thrust of what's happening in an iceberg. And I think it's sort of, and a term which has been coming up equally is, how do we fly above the radar? How do we keep under the radar? And I think that Jesus' ministry really was under the radar time and time again, because he said to people, don't tell anybody about this. No, it's not the time yet. Don't say anything yet. And there's a fascinating Jesus strategy, I think, in the Gospels. We have a look at that, which helps us understand how we work with the churches and the people that we're working with to try and work out what we let them know and what we let people sort of do and ourselves to do, which is going to be effective in working with the people that we work with. One of the things that people often ask from the institution, from the church, from the denomination is, well, how many people are in your fresh expression? And, people often say, oh, well, we've got 20 now, we've got 35. And what they're talking about is the people who come to a worship. Now, if the fresh expression, if a church is on about the Missio Dei, about serving the people, the way we should answer that question is not how many people coming to worship, but how many people are we actually serving in the community? Because that actually is the best representation of what we're doing. We are not only helping and serving people in the community, we're serving people in the church also by explaining and helping them to understand what is going on in the community. So I think in Fresh Expressions, it's a two-way bridge. It's a keeping below the radar those that you need to keep below the radar, but keeping above the radar the things that are the things which will relate to, at this stage, your church and the people that you're responsible to.